What we do here is go back.
Women are physically inferior compared to men.
When girls say, I hate men, this is the type of men we're talking about.
This time, it's all the woke feminists on TikTok. Oh, Lord, spare me. This video is sponsored by my friends over at ExpressVPN.
Yeah, and on that note, I'll start the video. Last video, I had like a voice mod on for anonymous purposes, but I mean, at this point, if you get a voice clip of me from a year or two ago, or from a PlayStation party chat, and you compare it to this, and you're like, oh, I found out who Ozymandias is, at that point, you could just take it. You put in that much effort, I'll let you have it. Also, some people are asking me to kind of do in real life commentary with the mask on.
Sorry, my Prada's at the cleaners!
But yeah, today I just want to talk about kind of how the social media algorithms kind of dictate how we think or our perceptions of other people. Like a huge kind of talking point I've noticed amongst a lot of young people and right-wingers especially is kind of the image of some sort of woke mob, blue-haired, you know, loud feminist. And I think a lot of these perceptions are based on kind of the building blocks that were and is the alt-right pipeline. Feminist-owned compilations, you know, this is what they don't want you to know about race realists, you know, owning woke people, liberals, and stuff like that. So I think that at a certain point, when you keep consuming that content in the pipeline, that becomes your reality. And I don't think a lot of people realize how counterproductive it is to constantly consume media that makes you mad. You go on your social medias, you find your favorite commentator, and you just watch them commentate on things that will make you mad and confirm your biases. And I know the debate bros are going to be in my comments like, Ozzy, isn't that your content? Yeah, it is. But I always encourage other people to verify their sources, see the other perspective, and at least come in with a clear mind. I'm not a person or content creator that will solely just give out critiques. I think that's one of the main draws of my content, because as much as I critique both sides without being a centrist, I also realize that there's nuances and discussions and there's ground to be gained. And what I mean about ground to be gained is normally when I go into an argument or a debate or even a discussion with somebody who opposes my viewpoints or beliefs, I go in with three things. I think about, one, how their life experiences affect how they think, or, you know, the reality they think they live in. Two, is it a thing where it's actually factually arguable? Is it not just emotions or just them wanting to get into a shouting match? And three, if there's common ground to be made. And I've gotten a fair amount of people who have commented before, you know, saying, you know, you changed my viewpoint on this issue, or I think I feel myself de-radicalizing, or you know, you showed me a new thought. And that's really, I think, the main goal in, you know, these political discussions. I don't necessarily want everybody to agree with me, but I want there to be a sense of understanding and common ground. Now, albeit, I'm not saying, you know, go to your nearest Nazi headquarters and, you know, try to give them a talk no jutsu like your Naruto. But I think there is importance in, you know, kind of humanizing and finding a mutual connection. To tie it back to kind of the whole point of the video, these algorithms don't necessarily allow for that. You can log in to TikTok or YouTube, and depending on your algorithm, you know, you could get 10 videos that are all modern women did this person on TikTok said all white people should die, this person online said this, and you gotta like take a step back and realize when you go outside, these people don't exist. Like, people on both sides, it's kind of like when two dogs on each side of the fence are barking at each other and then the fence goes away and they just like, they're completely chill. That's basically the internet. Like, you shouldn't really take anything on the internet seriously. However, things on the internet reflect people's in real life beliefs, and the more tolerance is shown to it, the more it's shown in the mainstream. And this is really evident in US politics. For example, pre-Obama, whether you hate him or like him, whatever, it's not really relevant to it. politics before that weren't as radicalized as they are now. Now most politics are based on gotcha moments. There's not necessarily trying to find common ground. It's just, how can I make my opponent into the biggest straw man I can, or a walking stereotype? And you kind of see this reflected in the content that goes around now, especially politically. Everybody's caring about woke, everybody's caring about their appearance. You can find so many videos out there of kind of not even talking about ideologies, but rather appearances. Like I said earlier in the vid, blue hair, soy. Some even, go full mask off and say, you're trans or gay or feminine, whatever ad hom they can throw at you. And that's basically their boogeyman. It's basically the people on this side are mentally ill, this, that, and the third. And then even in the leftist spaces, by the way, we really need to stop overusing the word Nazi. Not everybody's a Nazi. But anyway, I digress. Some people saying like, oh, if you're on this side, you're automatically a Nazi, or you're this and that. And I think that really leads to kind of an echo chamber of ideals and a feeding of false reality. Like, for example, sometimes in my comments, I'll have people just assume things about me because I'm completely anonymous. They'll be like, oh, I bet you have blue hair and you can't bench 135 pounds and you're mentally ill. And it's just like, at that point, like, you need to go outside, like, especially when they say like all leftists are this or all rightists are this. If you go outside and do a street interview, and this kind of what Sneeko blew up on before he went off the deep end, if you go and interview some of these people, they are completely normal people with like moderate to centrist views. Like the average person, if you go up to the average person and you just ask them like a simple political question that isn't loaded, I'm pretty sure they're going to answer fairly. Albeit whether that be for the cameras or just for social niceties, that could be debated. But at least in my personal experience and just like living life, I can tell you not everybody is as chronically online as like the chronically online. And especially now with the rising politicization of everything, and everything's woke, and if you I don't know, if you freaking sip lemonade with a straw, you're gay, you're effeminate, or whatever. I feel like a lot of people lose sight of this is just all online, and even when it's in real life, you could just walk away or actually have that civil discussion. It's not just like throwing stones at each other through online words and videos. But maybe I'm wrong about some things I said in this video, or if you agree or disagree, you can comment below. I'm always down to discuss things or even argue. Doesn't really take too much time out of my day. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, or do whatever. See ya.